Yeah, he played last week.
That's right, he did.
In fact, he was able to rescue Weeben. Oh, this doesn't look right. Is it right?
Yeah, I didn't get most of the last game.
Yeah. Maybe it's right. I guess maybe it's right. Yep, it looks right. Okay.
Hey, Chris, even the Infinity game table is only $100.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's mostly like family games and stuff, but it's essentially like a 20-inch tablet.
Right.
Use like a coffee table.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's a way that you can plug in your own shit to that. I mean, of course there's a way, but an easy way. Does it come that way? Yeah.
Yeah, the question is whether you could root it or something like that, but...
Yeah, because I mean, if that's the case, then that would make a great game table, because you could just you could just basically use it as a second screen, and you could display Roll20 right on that tabletop and do whatever you want with it. The amount of money, so I've been looking at game tables, and if I were to replace the table that I've got in this game room, I know exactly what I want. It has to be 3x5, which is a perfect size for a normal dining room table. Do they come that size? Absolutely fucking not. They all have these odd, weird size. Oh, well, it's 3 1/3 inches wide by 6.23 inches long. I'm like, what? What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? And then these companies that custom make tables, you call them, you are custom making the table. Can you make it 3x5? No, we have a pattern. You don't know math. You can't adjust the pattern. Like, the other problem that I have with them is how much they want for what is essentially not that big of a deal. So there's this company that made, they got their start, and they're real big in the kindergarten crowd. So they make play tables for kids so that their blocks and Legos and shit doesn't get all over the place, right? They have now decided that they're going to make a game table. They tack the word game table onto it, and that immediately, it's like when you put the word wedding onto any gathering, the price immediately goes up like $400. And it's just, oh my God, it's so irritating. It's like, this table's not that great. Why are you charging $800 for it? It's not, I look at what they're doing. I'm like, I could go to Home Depot and buy a tape measure, a saw, and all the lumber, and I could make that for like maybe $100. Like, it's not that spectacular. But
I found the same thing when Seal and I were planning our wedding. Like, oh, you want a cake? $30.
Right.
You want a wedding cake? The exact same cake. $300.
Well, yeah, we experienced that firsthand when we were planning our weddings. We had contacted, at the time, it was the Red Lion over here in Vancouver, right on the water at the Key. And we didn't say why we wanted to, or why we wanted. We just called and said, how much to rent your event space. And the first question out of their mouth, well, what are you renting the event space for? And we're like, well, what does that matter? Who cares what we're renting it for? The second, it was something stupid, like $200 was the regular price. The second that you said you were renting it for a wedding, it went up like astronomically. And they start wanting to tack on all this other shit. Oh, well, if it's for a wedding, then you're going to have, hors d'oeuvres and appetizers brought in from the restaurant. Like, we don't want any of that. We just want the space. We'll do the rest. We don't need you for that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we had to do.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It's like $7,000 for a barn, an unair conditioned barn in LA.
Right. Yeah.
Like, serious?
Yeah, the only place that we got that was decent was Portland Brewing at the time. And, thank God for them. And still, they didn't do shit right. They didn't do what we told them to do. But, whatever. We got through it. It was an ordeal. Hello, Cameron.
Hey.
Okay, so as I said, Carrie said she's going to be about 5 minutes late, so we will go ahead and get started. But Cameron, you'll be excited. I do have some good news. So Luke, I talked to him and played some Elite with him last night. He said that in the next month or two, he's going to be looking at coming back in to play in our game. So I'm hoping that he'll come back and play in Wednesday night's Traveler game. And he may actually be joining my Friday night game, but that might be another crew member for Wednesday night. So
thank you. That'd be great.
Yeah, he's getting settled into a new job and all of that, but he wants to get back into role playing. So their Saturday night group fizzled because as a group, I still find this hilarious. As a group, they decided that they're all wanting to move to Arizona. So, yeah. It's just like, whatever. Okay, if that's what you want to do. So, yeah, we will pick up where we left off last week. Welcome to Storm King's Thunder. If you are watching on Twitch, scroll down. You should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, click on my profile image, and they should pop up for you. Each of those will take you to these fine people's websites. We want to start with the Friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. These are not sponsorships or partnerships. They are just products that we really like. The first on that list, of course, is Dogmight Games. Dogmight Games makes beautiful wooden accessories for your tabletop games, such as rolling trays, DM screens, dice vaults. They have this really cool thing called the player pad that has a magnetic plexiglass screen on it that is etched with a character sheet of your choice, and you can write on it with dry erase pen. They've got really cool stuff. All of it's completely customizable. Customizing, usually the product will ship anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. But if you absolutely have to have something now, they have a bunch of stuff that is usually in stock and ready to ship, and that stuff ships within 1 to 2 business days. If you are ordering, we do have a code to give out that will grant 10% off discount on everything on their site. Use the code FRIEND in all capital letters when checking out to get that 10% discount. Next on the list is the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather tabletop accessories, such as they've got a full line of leather dice bracelets that are these bracelets with dice cutouts on them. She has a leather rolling pad that when you roll it up, it looks like a spell scroll. She even makes leather covers for your core rule books. And all of her items are completely customizable as well. She does everything by hand. She is an amazingly talented artist. She's just a wonderful person all the way around. If you're going to order, especially if it's for a gift idea, give yourself a little bit of time. She's in the UK, so it can take a little bit of time to make it over to the US. Next on our list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard makes butters, balms, oils, and co-wash. They also have a full line of deodorant and a new line of body lotion. And each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Today I am wearing the Candyman, which is a holdover from fall. It is a beard butter. Smells like candied apples, and it makes your beard nice and soft. if you're a first-time purchaser, they have a buy one, get one free option. Just log in and create an account at fablebeardco.com. And you can put 2 beard oils into your cart. And if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters when checking out, that second beard oil will be discounted to free. If you are a Magic the Gathering or other tabletop player in the Eastern Washington or Eastern Oregon area, there is it's not a new card shop. My adopted nephew took over the shop. It is called Tolarian Tabletops. And I have an address for you. And I do this every time. He has a website as well, but he's in the process of getting a logo and all this other stuff. And so the website's a little bare bones. But Tolarian Tabletops is located in Hermiston, Oregon, at 1055 South Highway 395, Suite 202. And if you are buying or selling cards, if you want to call and see if they have a particular card, or if you want to see if they're purchasing cards, you can call and ask for Kyle at 303-5744. And just go ahead, like I said, ask Kyle if they're buying and exactly what cards they have in stock, and he can set you up. If you're a fan of our Wednesday Night Traveler game, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal, and you can reach that by clicking on the link there. The adventure log is done in the matter of Traveler News Service news articles, and it doesn't just detail what the characters are doing, it details what's going on in the region around them, and some of that stuff may affect them. Other stuff, it might just be random noise in the background. If you enjoy it, please give us a thumbs up and a fan like, and we hope you like it. So where we left off, you guys last week had gone through the town of village of Womford. And you noticed some weird things about Womford when you first came in. You came in as the sun was going down. And immediately, right off the bat, you notice that there are several freshly dug graves, and the people of Womford, as the sun was setting, all of them were in a hurry to get indoors and lock their doors, and you were even warned that you need to be inside and to take care. You weren't told why, and rather than stay at the small inn and tavern in the village of Womford, you went across the bridge to the Bargewright Inn, and the gates were locked and closed. However, Shalvis, who is with you, Shalvis Matthias, he knew a code to get in because he's actually a member of the Zentrum, and so they unlocked the gates and let you in. Bargewright Inn stinks to high hell of basically manure and boiling urine because they have a tannery there. It is just an unpleasant place. But you went to the large inn, and because you were escorting Shalvis, he needed to make a report to... What's this guy's name? Nalisker Thaland, who is running the inn. And when you... So Bargewright Inn isn't like one building. It is actually a wooden palisade enclosed area with several buildings. And there's Carrie. Hello, Carrie. There are several buildings here. There are actually like 3 or 4 inns, but the Bargewright is the namesake, and it is basically a large, well, not large, but tall keep. It's taller than the other buildings, and this is where the inn is that Nalisker is running operations out of. Brian, are you here? I think I see an icon for him.
here.
You are here. Are you logging into Roll20?
I am as we speak.
Sweet. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, you guys are all here. So as you come into, as you're entering the Bargewright, off to your right there is stables, and like half of the stables are actually open, so they're just small cutouts with some hay for people to. They're covered, but they're open. And so people that aren't going to be there for very long can shelter their horse in the meanwhile while they conduct business, and then if they're going to leave quickly. And then there's another part that's enclosed with a barn. You hear a monstrous kind of shriek come from the barn, and a loud crunch, like something is being bitten into, but you don't see it's coming from the barn. You can't really see what made this sound. And as you are walking into the Bargewright, coming out, you see a rather tall individual, pretty well dressed and armored, with multiple weapons on him. And he kind of steps out and starts to head towards the barn like this is a Tuesday. This is normal. And then you step into the inn, and the innkeep is behind the bar talking to a halfling. And so this is the layout of the Bargewright tap room. And actually, I should probably zoom out a bit. There we go. So yeah, this is the Bargewright tap room, and the innkeeper is talking to a halfling, and a female halfling, and she says, "Okay, well, we'll be back to check on things next week, and have a good day, and tell Nalisker I said hi." And she excuses herself and steps between you guys as you step in, and there's the innkeeper. So what do you want to, do you want to just let Shalvis step up and conduct business? What do you want to do?
I want to ask about the monstrous crunch.
The innkeeper kind of chuckles and says, don't pay any mind to that. One of the partial owners of the Bargewright Inn, Malum, it's his wyvern.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all I wanted to know.
Yay, witty.
Is it ill-tempered?
The innkeeper laughed. Aren't they all?
Depends on if it's hitting with this bullet.
Does it have lasers for eyes?
The innkeeper looks at your group and says, so that'll be 7 rooms for the night. Is that correct? Well, unfortunately, we're all booked up.
Do you have less than 7 rooms available?
Is there a number between 1 and 7 that you do have available? Casually stepping down the stairs into the tap room, you see a finely dressed gentleman. He's finely dressed, but he's got an eye patch on, and there's a scar across his face. And even though his clothes look like they're finely dressed, they're fine clothes, they don't look like they were made for him. Like, he looks like shit in them, but like some of it's too big, some of it's too small. It looks like he found somebody else's clothes and put them on because he thinks that that's what respectable people look like, but he has no idea. Right? Yeah. It looks like me on a Thursday. And he comes in and says, oh, no, I'm sure we can find room for them. And the innkeeper says, oh, yes, sir, Mr. Thayland. And he steps forward and he looks at Shalvis and he says, oh, there you are, Shalvis, my boy. And he comes over and he claps him on the back and he's shaking his hand. He says, I hope your trip from Golden Fields wasn't difficult. Please introduce me to your friends. And then Shalvis is like, oh, well, this is the party that helped me. They escorted me here and they helped us out in Golden Fields. And I have a big report to make. Oh, no, don't worry about that right away. I would like to invite all of you to my private dining table. We can discuss it over a meal. And he says, until then, he tells the innkeeper, goes, get them whatever they'd like to eat or drink. And he says, dinner will be in a couple of hours. I'll send somebody to come grab you, and you can come up to my private dining room.
Q?
So the innkeeper comes over with gallons of ale and a couple bottles of wine, and it's fairly good wine. It is fine bottles of wine, and he brings out meat and cheese boards and a loaf of bread, and has you guys all sit at the table. Is there anything that you guys would like to do while you're in here munching and drinking?
Should we ask about the bat creature?
The Womford Bat.
Yeah.
Wombat. The innkeeper goes, oh, Womford Bat. I think that's just silly village folklore. I don't believe in that, but they claim that there's some creature stalking the villagers. We haven't had any problems with it here, though. I mean, I would think that if it's stalking the villagers, then we'd see some people being disappearing or murdered in the night here at the inn, at the Bargewright Inn, but we've had absolutely no problems with that. So it's probably just some silly superstition. You know how those villagers can be. Anything that makes a sound in the night, they blame for Granny kicking it the next day.
Maybe it's scared of bridges.
Maybe it's scared of what?
Bridges?
Yes.
I have a low intelligence score, so I gotta let all these thoughts out.
Yeah, he says, no, that's just a silly superstition. Anything else you want to bring up with the innkeeper?
I can pet the wyvern.
You what?
Can I pet the wyvern?
No, they're gone. The halfling and Malum have gotten on the wyvern and taken off. They're heading for a small village called Red Larch.
Was there anything else we needed to ask for our missions that I don't remember what they were?
Yeah, I feel like there's some obvious that I really cannot remember.
No, you guys are on track. Shalvis is here to make his report. So if you remember, Shalvis told Weeben that he was also, so Weeben being a member or has joined the Zentrum, Shalvis told Weeben that he was really in Golden Fields, kind of scouting out the area. And the Zents had hoped that they would be able to kind of make Golden Fields another stronghold, a Zent stronghold, or at least have an outpost there. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, they, of course, want it to be like the Bargewright Inn, where they have outright control of the entire thing. But, Shalvis has been there a while and obviously determined that probably isn't going to be the case. And so he has to report to... Shelvis seems like he's a little nervous about this report because it's going to not really necessarily be what, what Nalisker Thailand wants to hear. Because, of course, what he wants to hear is that, oh, well, sure, we're going to be able to take it over, no problem, which is not likely to be the case.
Who let the cat on the table?
Well, it's got wings, so, I mean, the cat kind of goes where it's going to go. The Tressum's on the table knocking over bottles of beer and wine, and, oh, your cup's on the edge of the table? Not anymore. Yeah, it's funny. I've never had cats that actually do that, but they are clumsy as shit. Their fat ass will knock over all sorts of things.
They'll pick up miniatures and try to rearrange the game space.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Tassie, she has her favorite minis. So, and she's funny too because she knows she's not supposed to have them, so she'll pick them up and take off and run when she knows you're gonna tell her no.
My buddy had a cat that was infamous for jumping in the middle of a Risk game.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's trying to save friendships.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about a game that you cannot fix after being destroyed?
So last weekend we went to Hermiston, and just stayed the night up there, and we went over to a friend's house for the football game, and a couple of our friends showed up, and he goes, hey, do you know anything about Gloomhaven? And I'm like, well, I know that it's like a what I would call a miniatures war game light. That probably isn't entirely true, but it is a war game. And he goes, well, hold on. He goes out to his car, and he comes in with this enormous box. I mean, the box alone weighs like 30 pounds. And so he comes in, and he sets it on the table. He goes, so our friend who's a doctor, him and his wife are really into playing board games, and they were at the shop, and they saw this, and they were like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so they bought it. And this is like a $200 box. And then they tried to figure out how to play it, and they're like, yeah, no, this is way too... And like right on the box, it says each turn can take 30 minutes. Because each player is controlling a fucking army, right? And so they looked up YouTube videos, and they're like, yeah, this is some serious D&D shit. We can't really figure this out. And so they gave it to Pat and Paula, and Pat and Paula are looking at it, and they're like, we have no idea. And so he's like, do you know how to play? And I'm like, I could probably figure it out. I've played war games before. And he goes, okay, well, happy, Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good birthday. Here you go. And so I have the box of Gloomhaven. So I don't know, maybe we need to have a game. If everybody wants to come over and stay a week at my house, so we can play one game. But yeah. So yeah, I've got this tabletop war game sitting here. I don't know, I might set it up and maybe Kate and I will come in once or twice a week and make moves like a chess layout, Just shut the door to keep the cats off the table, or give the cats their own army. I don't know. It'd probably come out the same either way. So yeah, you are here because Shalvis is making a report to Nalisker. And Shalvis seems a bit nervous about it, and so he's kind of staying close to Weeben, and he's kind of elbowing Weeben and whispering to Weeben. He's like, so you'll back me up on this, right? I mean, that whole giant attack thing, that had absolutely nothing to do with our plans, and you're gonna stand by me, right? Weeben?
Brian.
You did it again. How did I get muted again? What happened?
Auto mute.
On a side
I
note,
don't even remember the question anymore.
So Shalvis is like elbowing you, wanting to. He's like, you're going to stand by me on this. I mean, that whole giant attack thing, that wasn't anything to do with us. That wasn't my fault, right? I mean, you're going to back me up on this.
I mean, you back me, I back you. You know how this goes.
Weeben, make an insight check.
Oh, fine. I'll see how insightful I can be today. Survey says... Roll the damn 2.
You got a 2?
2 plus... Well, I got a 7 with all the modifiers.
So, yeah. So he just seems really nervous about this meeting with Nalisker. And after, so 2 hours goes by, and then the innkeeper goes up the stairs, and he comes back down. He says, Mr. Thaland is ready to seat you at the dinner table. And so he leads you guys up to this fancy table. We'll put Weeben here.
Oh! We moved in formation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Valuable lesson. Don't drop metal dice on each.
And so he seats you at the table, and at the end of the table is Nalisker Thaland, and so Shelvis starts to explain, as dinner's being served, he explains, oh well, there was this giant attack, and he first he starts to explain. He says, I don't think that Goldenfields is going to be as easy for the Zentrum to take over. And it's not so much a case of that, they have great defenses or that they're on guard against that kind of thing. It's simply a matter of the space. You're talking about, 20 square miles of nothing but farmland and the wall that encompasses everything. You're not going to be able to do this mass takeover all at once unless you literally were to invade with an entire army. And then he goes into saying, and then, my operations there got disrupted because these giants attacked, these 2 hill giants attacked with an army of goblins or goblinoids. And, that was completely beyond my control. And Nalisker's like, oh, no, don't worry. Completely understandable. Thank you for your report. And he looks at Weeben and he says, so I understand that you're new to the organization.
Indeed.
He says, so have they made you a...
New to your organization, but not new to the lifestyle.
He says, so have they made you a regular member? And he kind of winks.
Not yet.
He says, excellent. That, yeah. He says, so, there are certain responsibilities that happen once you get the tattoo and things like that.
I assume responsibility comes with perks.
Oh, indubitably. I mean, I've been with the organization for a while, and look at me now. I run this entire establishment, which I don't know if that's really something to brag about. I mean, the place just stinks. And you guys are eating your meals, and it's actually, roast venison and, cheesed potatoes, and it's quite the good meal. And as soon as you're finished and you're to the point where you're literally picking at the carcass, hold on just a moment here. I was thinking about creating a macro that would just splat everybody to add turn, but if there's a case where somebody is gone for the week, then the macro would add people that don't exist.
Is it easier to take one person out than add everybody in?
That's what I'm kind of questioning. The other question is, how difficult it would be to create said macro. I don't.
So
it doesn't.
Lazy's gonna win here.
I'm pretty adept at creating macros. I just don't know that it's really worth my time.
Chris, worst case scenario, you set their initiative to 0, then on their turn you skip them.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, actually, that's not a half bad idea.
Way to be lazy.
Yeah, you are an expert at being lazy.
It's taken years of practice.
I can only imagine. That's like a degree in lazy. So you finish your meals, and he says, there's an individual that I would like to introduce you to. And he claps his hands. And hold on here. And from around the corner, hold on a second here. I need to find this guy. I'm kind of excited that the new Monsters of the Multiverse is coming out, because my monster manual is starting to fall apart. Although they have a lifetime guarantee, so I could just email Wizards and go, "Hey, the binding on my book is falling apart." So
They're supposed to add a bunch of new races, right?
Yeah, there's going to be 30 new player races. And a bunch of new monsters and all sorts of good shit. Okay.
Have either of you ever tried more than one Pringle, put more than one in your mouth, and only the one that's actually on your tongue stays, the rest fall out? Because that's what just happened to me.
You got a hole in your lip.
Apparently. One Pringle in, 3 Pringles out.
So he says, "Oh, there's somebody I'd like to introduce you to," and he claps his hands. And around the corner, you see this very pale person come in, and he says, "I would like you to meet Ulrich Stillmarsh." And Ulrich smiles at you, and everybody make a perception check.
Like, you're the Eric? The Eric? Who else? The Eric?
I got a 5. Awful.
Top 20.
I had a critical fail, so apparently you're like, I don't know, staring in the corner playing patty cake or something.
Zink's taking gravy off the table and rubbing it in her eyes.
Something like that.
15.
Perception.
Shit, that's a 4.
Oof.
We're all doing great.
Yeah.
I got a 19.
So,
Hey, looking.
Apparently the meal was like turkey based.
yes. So,
Turkey cheeses or something.
So it looks like, let's see, Scaly and Clitaris got it. Weeben, what'd you get?
20.
Okay, so half of you got it. you see Ulrich come in and he smiles, and he's very gaunt and pale, and he smiles, and you notice the telltale signs of fangs. And Ulrich says to Nalisker, he says, is this my cue that dinner is finally served? And Nalisker laughs and he goes, It is. These are expendables. You don't have to go hunting in the village for a while. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, new dice. Ooh, that's a good number.
Oh, Paula also got me this while we were up there. It is a MDX little mimic dice jail. So when my dice are misbehaving, I can put them in the dice jail. Arik Stillmarsh. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe I didn't have enough coffee this morning. Almost asked really, between the bad guy and Smokey, which one of you wants to go first?
Let the bad guy go first.
Yeah, he can go first. So, Arik, let's see here. I think he's going to... Yeah, so Arik looks longingly into Scaly's eyes. And Scaly, you need to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
We're up here. They're here.
Exactly 17.
Ah, shit. So you save and realize that Arik just tried to charm you. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
I use my telepathy to tell everyone in the party that he just tried to charm me.
Okay.
Which is absolutely foreign to them because I've never used my telepathy yet.
That's true.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud.
Okay. So Spirit Shroud, is there a radius?
When I successfully hit somebody, I deal an extra D8 necrotic, radiant, or cold damage I pick upon casting the spell.
Okay.
Any creature starts their turn within 10 foot of me, or within 5 foot of me, reduces their speed by 10 until my turn.
Okay. All right. So you cast Spirit Shroud. Anything with movement or bonus action?
Yep. 5 foot step over, and I will hit that guy with my bonded trident.
So is Spirit Shroud a bonus action spell?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to hit Nalisker?
Yeah.
All right. Go
He's
for it.
hostile, right? That's what I got.
Well, I mean, he's handing you over, so, he's not good.
We'll be trade here.
Yeah, he's not good.
15 to hit?
15 hits.
Let's go. And that was going to be necro damage on the Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
So then we're going two-handed with an extra D8. do you want the damage separate or together?
You can put it together.
15 damage.
Okay. Okay. You know, I'm trying to remember back to Prince of the Apocalypse, and what's funny about this guy that you just attacked, you might have already killed him in the past. I can't remember specifically if you killed him or not, but okay. So you stab him with your trident, and he is unpleased. Weeben, what would you like to do? Now, Weeben, I will also give you control of Shalvis.
Hey, Shalvis.
Go be vampire food. Distract him.
Well, let me pull him back up too then. I literally was like, I don't need him today.
No, I know. Yeah. I figure, an extra vampire lord might be not a terrible idea.
That is appreciated. All right, well, who's that in front of me?
So Zinquinel is here. Shalvis is here. Nalisker is right next to Shalvis. And then, of course, Arik is down here.
Okay, cool. So that's a normal size person in front of me, so I'm going to attempt to hide behind them first
Okay.
with my bonus action.
Shit, you could hide under the table if you wanted to. You're a halfling.
I'm a halfling, and I have that extra hiding ability, so I can hide like anywhere.
Yes, and a childlike demeanor.
Holy shit. There's a
All right. So that was a 15 for the stealth check.
Okay. I'm going to put that in the blue box. Arik still knows you're there, but Nalisker is clueless. So the vampire knows exactly what you're doing. It's like, oh yeah, the wee one is climbing under the table.
No, I'm not climbing under the table. I'm just hiding behind the person right in front of me, like, you don't see me. Like, oh shit, God. Like almost like I'm cowering, but I'm hiding.
Right.
He saw it, so damn it. Okay. Well then, I am just gonna attempt to shoot an arrow at him from here then.
Okay.
I didn't succeed in hiding, but I'm still trying to shoot him.
So you're shooting the vampire?
With an arrow, yes.
Okay.
And not the best roll, so does a 14 hit?
No, it does not.
Well, damn.
Dun,
Alright,
dun,
I'm
dun.
gonna, now that my hide has failed and all that stuff, I'm actually gonna go under the table for real this time.
Okay. So yeah, there's a door here, and this is a door. So just to let you guys know, there are doors here. And you are under the table, but everybody knows where you're at. Scaly, what would you like to do?
Shalvis.
Oh, that's right, Shalvis. Sorry.
How dare you give them to me just to take them away?
Yes. My apologies.
Shalvis sees the shit hitting the fan and is like, oh, this is not going to end well.
Now, keep in mind, Nalisker's his boss, so, I mean, I don't know how Shalvis would really feel about this whole situation. Probably, Shalvis doesn't seem like he's really the smartest. He's not the quickest whip in the wagon train. So, I don't know. He might be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Obviously, he's the most expendable of all.
Okay. So his boss has just called in somebody else to attack. He's got a pretty good idea that he's on his boss's bad side now?
Well, his boss described everybody at the table as expendables and told Arik that he doesn't have to hunt in the village tonight. So like I said, I don't know if Shalvis thinks that maybe my impression would be that Shalvis would think that he isn't included in everybody at the table.
He's like, oh, okay, so they're screwed. I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. The one question I have here, as terms of his personality style, is: does he think that if he kills the boss, he can maybe rise up in the ranks?
Probably, yeah.
Characters. All right, but I'm gonna try and just do a little sneak attack on him right here.
Okay.
And just kind of shake the boss if I can.
Yeah.
So just out of nowhere, I'm just gonna try and swing it with the quarterstaff, and probably miss horribly with the 10.
Yeah, that is a mess. And now Lisker looks at him like, why, Shalvis, I am surprised at you. Scaly.
You had a fly, dude. There was a fly over your head. There was a bee. You didn't see it. There was a bee. That's my dude. There was a bee.
So, Scaly, what would you like to do?
I will cast Moonbeam. On said vampire.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I will wild shape into a what the heck, rhinoceros.
Holy shit. Okay. So there's now a urban assault unicorn in the dining hall. Anything with movement?
Let's see here. A rhinoceros move is 40. And so I will... I was doing all kinds of weird things. I will rhinoceros over here.
Okay. All right. The rhinoceros galumps down around the corner.
Is there anybody down that hallway that we didn't notice before?
You can see that there's a vampire spawn to the east that is kind of guarding this, kind of guarding this hallway. You can also see that there, and it's not really shown on the map, you can see that there is a stairwell here. But that's all that you really see. Smokey, what would you like to do? You and the cat, the Tressum, what would you like to do?
I'll put the Tressum up on my shoulder, and I'm going to hop up on the table to get a better vantage point and shoot my bow at the vampire.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do the hunter's mark thing with my bonus action first. So.
Okay, so the vampire is hunter's marked.
And it looks like I got a 13.
A 15?
A 13.
Nope,
I think I missed.
That is a miss.
Damn it. You
see Auric kind of just move his arm and knock the arrow out of the way.
Rude.
So you hunter's marked him. So anything with more movement or just staying where you're at?
I'll stay where I am. And if anybody comes towards me, they'll probably go after me instead of weaving under the table. So.
Okay. Now, Lisker. Pulls his mace up and bops Shalvis twice. He's going to miss with an 8. Oh, come on. 13 to hit. Does 13 hit Shalvis?
Yeah, that 13 barely hits.
Okay.
Exactly what he did today.
So Shalvis is going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's like that, boss. It's like that.
And that's all Nalisker is going to do. Cleitaris, what would you like to do? I'm sure Cleitaris is probably grinding her teeth considering that there's a fucking vampire and she's a paladin.
Fucking vampires. So, dude within the circle is the vampire?
Correct. That is a moonbeam. He's getting a moon tan. What kind of damage does moonbeam do? Is it radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And shape changers make their save at disadvantage.
Well, shit. It's just if I enter the moonbeam, I take damage, doesn't it?
Yes.
Start turn in it.
Yep. If you
If
start
I start my turn in it?
right.
Either.
Yeah, you don't want to stay in
If
it.
you
So if
choose
I
to
ran
enter it,
in,
or you start your turn in it, you take the damage.
okay, so if I ran in, smacked him, and then ran out, I'd be fine.
I believe that's entering it,
Ah, damn.
but that's up to Chris.
Let me double check.
The difference being if I move it onto you,
You don't immediately take damage.
are different things.
Well, he's not right in the center, so if you stood to this edge, you might be able to whack him. Stand by that set
And by the
light.
wall.
Like, my hand got a little sunburned, but I'm fine.
Yeah, when a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames. So,
Okay.
yeah, you probably don't even want to walk into that circle.
So I could be next to the circle and smack him and be okay?
I believe so. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say that you could stand there and smack him.
That's what I would like to do.
I'm not going to quibble about 1 foot.
Okay, an attack. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. I'm gonna add a smite to that. And he's undead, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, so that is...
He is an undead shape changer.
There you are. $24 damage.
Nice.
So, what are you hitting him with?
Regular scimitar and a smite. The scimitar is 8 damage, and the rest of that was.
But it's not a magic scimitar, right?
Nope.
Okay. So how much damage did you do with just the scimitar?
8.
Okay. So he's going to take 4. And then how much did you do with the smite?
16.
Okay. And did you take into account that you get an extra D8 for him being undead?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I get one more attack. Looks like.
You do.
For 21 to hit.
That hits.
And I'm gonna smite him again.
Okay.
So 8 damage on the sword,
Okay.
14 on the smite.
Okay.
Are you using solos and impact?
Somebody's blowing up.
And that is Cleitaris' turn.
Okay. The spawn Nope. The spawn moves and climbs up the wall and creepily crawls along the wall and then jumps off and is heading towards the rhinoceros. And that's what the vampire spawn does. Zinquinol, what would you like to do?
I would like to hit. Okay, sorry. My computer update is taking way too long, so I'm on my 2002 Chromebook.
Oh.
Which is working. It's really working great for me. I would like to hit him with guiding bolt. We're here. I'm gonna hit him with guiding bolt.
Okay.
If I can get there. Wait, I didn't roll to hit. Sorry, my bad. Wrong button. So those are in the opposite order. Let's see.
That
16.
hits.
Okay. And then, wait, I'm so confused. Oh, why can't you just do what I want you to do? Okay, for 23.
Jesus. Okay.
Very good.
So, Nalisker Thayland drops. You finger blast him to death.
Excellent. And then I would like to hit the vampire spawn with spiritual weapon.
As a bonus action. Okay.
That's my bonus action.
Okay. You can do that.
Excellent. You can do that if I can be smarter than this stupid 100-year-old Chromebook. Uh-oh. 10 to hit.
That's a
Probably
miss.
not.
All right. So, Nalisker is down and out again. All right. Arik. So, Arik needs to make a Constitution save at disadvantage.
Yep, DC 15.
17 to save.
Oh, so then he takes half. Yep. So 8 radiant.
Okay. Okay, so he is going to get serious about this now. And he is going to make a unarmed strike on Clitaris. Oh, wait. So he can't regenerate because he took radiant damage. So he's going to take an unarmed strike on Clitaris. 19 to hit.
You said 19?
Yes.
That hits.
Okay, so instead of dealing damage, he's going to grapple Clitaris and make a bite attack.
One should not bite Travis.
19 to hit with the bite attack.
That hits.
It's a soft nipple.
And he does 6 points of piercing damage plus
That is not a soft nibble, sir.
Oof. 18 points of necrotic damage. And your maximum hit points are reduced by 18. And he regains 18.
Motherfucker.
Ow.
And he's just going to stay where he's at. He's okay with this Moontan situation going on so far. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
I want to make tea. It looks like the guy I was fighting died.
Yes.
Well, I thought it was going to take longer to fight him. That's why I picked the necrotic, but apparently I should have picked radiant.
You can dismiss and recast if you have the slots.
I do not. Warlocks do not get many slots to begin with.
Like a 12-year-old at Skate World, the slots are limited.
I'll step over here. And this little guy down this way,
Uh-huh.
I will do a Eldritch Blast
Okay.
with a pull of Hadar.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, maybe not. What's on this? Fuck, that's only like a 10.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Damn.
Anything with a bonus action?
No,
Okay.
that's all I could do.
Okay.
I only rolled 3. Didn't help.
Weeben, what would you like to do? You and Shalvis. Weeben, are you muted?
Damn it, I thought I unmuted. I pressed the button, it didn't do it. This is like the story of my life. Okay. I'm going to attempt to hide again.
Okay.
So I really should have put more part. Oh, one character. Stupid character sheets. Okay, yes, this time much more better. All right, soft 22.
Oh, nice. So here's a little secret. So there is a Roll20 app. You could have the Roll20 app running on your phone with your main character sheet running on it.
I should do that.
Because that's honestly, that's the only thing that the app is good for is looking at your character sheet. So in this case where you have the possibility of having to look at multiple character sheets, it would be advantageous. Like you could have either Weeben up or you could have Shalvis up, either way. That's about the only thing it's good for.
I have one on the phone and one on the...
Right.
Yeah.
So you are hidden with a 22. Nobody knows where you're at, or the vampire is basically forgotten where you're at.
All right, do I have to move again to rehide? Oh, wait, I moved before, because I tried to hide over here, that's right.
That's up to you. Your hide is a bonus action for you, but you are hidden under the table right now.
Sorry, one sec.
Nope, no problem.
Rise fine.
Sorry about that. I am going to attempt to shoot an arrow at this one.
Okay. And you get advantage on that. And because you have advantage, that means sneak attack applies.
Woohoo! All right. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. Ugh. So sneak attack. Sneak attack will get another 3. Sure, I can have this one.
Hey, does our cleric have turn undead? Does that work on these things? Just wondering.
Turn undead does work.
I don't because I'm not a life cleric.
Okay, never mind.
Well, you still get, yeah, every cleric gets turn undead.
I don't.
Yeah. At the very beginning, that's like, you get that at like first level.
Oh, I thought that was specific to the domain.
No. So the very first thing you get at second level is channel divinity, and one of the things you can do with channel divinity is turn undead.
Oh.
So they would have to make a wisdom saving throw to versus your spell casting DC to not
Okay.
run it as far away from you as possible.
Okay. I thought that was just like clerics. I didn't even bother looking.
Nope. That's every cleric at second level.
All right, cool. Good. Thank you.
Arrow hits for 18.
Technically speaking, paladins get it too. As turn the unholy or whatever. And theirs works against fiends as well. Or I think celestials. Fiends are undead.
That's if we want to turn it and not murder them. But it's a way out if we're really screwed.
18 damage.
Okay. And is that... sorry, you're firing a crossbow?
A short bow.
And is that a magic short bow in any way?
Nope.
Okay. So, he will take half that. I'm sorry, how much did you do?
18? What is this little thing down here?
So he takes 9.
What is this?
He is a vampire spawn.
Vampire spawn.
Oh, vampire spawn. Okay.
Okay.
And since I'm still hidden,
You're not hidden. Well, you're not hidden
oh,
anymore
I'm not hit.
because you made an attack.
That reminds me, I meant to ask you about this before. So, the whole thing about the skulker thing.
Oh,
is that if I
you have skulker. So
right,
if you miss, you're still hidden.
right. I don't reveal my position.
Right, but I mean
So,
you hit him.
The
So
question that I had for that is, if I shoot an arrow at something and I don't shoot it at something else, as far as that thing, I didn't hit that thing. So does it know where I am? Or does only the thing that I hit know where I am?
I don't think the rule. I honestly don't think the rules go that deep. If you hit,
Okay.
everybody's going to know where the shot came from. But missing does not reveal your location. So you are no longer hidden.
Then I'm gonna move.
Okay. Yep. Do the sniper adage: shoot, move, shoot, move.
I'm not moving far. I'm just moving here behind this person.
Okay. All right. So, Scaly, what would you like to do?
Is the vampire spawn in melee with me, or could I move freely?
He's not in melee with you yet. He's like 5 feet too short.
So I can move back and start a charge.
You could.
Okay, I will move. Here. And then come back with a 20-foot charge.
Okay.
So if I hit, that will be the bonus damage. So now let me make my gore attack. That is the prerequisite.
So a 15 does hit.
No, that's the gore number. My 13 is the to hit.
So 13 is a miss.
Okay, so none of it happens. Well,
Okay.
the move happens, but I did not successfully charge or gore him.
Okay. All right.
Worth a try.
Anything with bonus action? You've already done movement. I mean, if you got
I just
movement.
maintained concentration on the moonbeam, and so that triggers on Vampire's turn again.
Okay. Smokey, what would you like to do?
I don't want to get in the moonbeam, so I'm gonna try and shoot my bow again. Yay, 22 to hit.
That hits.
It's 10 altogether.
And is that a magic bow at all? Or magic ammo?
No.
Okay, so he's going to take 5.
Fair enough. I'll hop down on the side.
Okay, so you hop down. Legendary action at the end of Smokey's turn. The vampire, Auric, is going to bite Clitaris again, because it's always fun to bite Clitaris. $26 to hit
Rat bastard.
for 6 points of piercing damage and 11 points of necrotic damage. That comes off of your hit point maximum. And he gets back 11 points.
Let me do some
Chris, I
math.
forgot to take down with this turn.
Can you hold my seat? I'm not doing
Hey, Chris, while she's mapping, I forgot to take shot with this turn. When do you want me to throw that in?
Oh, you can throw that in now.
Okay.
it.
Then, while she's mapping,
I'm sorry, what was that, Clitaris?
You said 11 and 6?
Correct. So 11 comes off of your hit point maximum. So first the 6, then 11, and the 11 reduces your hit point maximum.
Yep. Trying to do all that math.
So when vampires are involved, it starts to become NASA level math.
So I think Clitoris is down, if my mathing is correct.
So what's Clitaris's total hit points?
Total is 56, minus the 18, minus the 11, which would be 27, and I've taken much more than 27 damage.
All right. Well, then Clitaris drops to the ground and at 0 hit points. And of course, as a free action, Auric just drops the body because he's drained her. And he will move on to his next friend.
Yeah.
We might end up being a vampire spawn paladin.
So you moved Shalvis. And what does Shalvis want to do?
Chalvis is going to bash the thing with his quarterstaff
Okay.
and add the sneak attack to that.
Eat wood.
Hopefully, if I hit. And that is a 16 hit.
That hits.
Sweet. Nothing magical about this quarterstaff. 12, 15, 15.
Okay, so he will take 7. Okay. He whacks the vampire.
Why is it not a pointy stick? Why can't I stab the heart?
Cleitaris, make a death save.
Like $11.
Death save, you say.
Yes.
Roll a d20.
Yep.
You want to get 10 or better?
How about an 18?
All right, that's your first success. 2 more of those, and you will be stabilized at 0.
I'm not dead yet.
The vampire spawn is going to make a claw attack on Shalvis. Fuck! And overreaches with his claw attack. If Shalvis wants to, Shalvis can take a reaction to bop him again with his quarterstaff.
Hell yeah. I mean, he'll try. Does a 14 hit?
14 misses.
You miss me, I miss you, haha.
And so the vampire spawn will then try to make a second claw attack on Shalvis. 22 to hit for 7 points of slashing damage.
How dare you?
And Zinquinel, what would you like to do?
I'll turn the dead.
Okay. So, all right. So, yeah. Now that it's all fun and games until somebody is making death saves. Now we're going to turn the dead. This is bullshit.
Well,
So,
I didn't think I could.
so, I'm joking with you. So let's see here. 30
Plus,
feet.
my spell save is so low.
Yep, that'll get both of them. All right. So what is your spell save DC?
14.
Okay, so they have to make wisdom saves of 14. The vampire spawn gets a 19. The vampire spawn is not turned. The Auric gets a 15. Man, that was actually close. So they are not turned. Anything with a bonus action or movement?
Yeah, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to the vampire.
Okay.
And hit him. Because it seems like trying to hit the spawn is kind of a waste of time if the vampire can drain the way that he does and ruin everyone's hit points. So
right.
I'm going to hit him. Come on, hit him. Please hit him. 14. No, probably not.
Nope, that is a miss. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So Auric needs to make a con save.
Still a disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. $18 to save.
He does, so he'll take half. Rolling it up. Half of 8. 4 points. Radiant, but at least he can't regenerate.
Right. Okay. All right. So he is going to. He's going to step out of Moonbeam, and he's going to make a claw attack or an unarmed strike on Shalvis.
And I shall.
26 to hit.
I think so.
And he instead grapples Shalvis, and he's going to bite Shalvis. 27 to hit. Let's see here. Shalvis is going to take 5 points of piercing damage and 11 points of necrotic.
Got it.
Is Shalvis still up?
Barely.
So Shalvis is grappled and being nommed on. All right, and Arik gains. So don't forget that 11 comes off of Shalvis's maximum hit points. So is he still
it
up?
was 27, now it's 16.
Okay. All right. All right, meatbag. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
There we go. Vampire spawns down here at the bottom, correct?
Yep.
And then that's the main vampire.
Correct.
Is that a doorway into the room?
Which one? Yep, that is a door.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have a good line on the main. Let's go for the vampire spawn, and I'll see if I can hit him with an Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That hits.
With agonizing, and I'm also going to do a pull.
Okay.
I should pull to the circle.
Nice.
A 12 damage.
Okay. Okay, so, and you're pulling him into the circle, into the moonbeam.
It straight towards me, 10 foot towards me. So if I got, I should pull him right in there.
So he needs to make a con save. Oh, he gets a nat 1. He's going to take double damage from the moonbeam.
Haha, motherfucker.
14 times 2.
So 28. Ouch.
And he can't regenerate if he's got that ability because it's radiant damage.
He does. And he does not, actually, though. Hold on here. So, yeah, he's hurting. He didn't regenerate the last 2 rounds because I fucked up. Okay. Yeah, that was a good move.
And that will be my turn for the moment.
Okay. Weeben, what would you like to do? Choke. Don't choke and die.
Yeah, gonna live. I'm gonna do that.
Brian's making a death save.
I say. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to hide again, because that seems to be the best way to go about life.
Okay, so you're going to hide behind Zinquinol. Every time I say Zinquinol, I think that it's like a new cold remedy that the kids are all...
I was gonna say cough syrup.
Yeah, they're all drinking gallons of it so they can get high.
Well, I didn't make it.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 4. So 4 plus whatever else I have is probably not. I mean, I figure I gotta.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah. With expertise, it's a 13 with.
So you still have movement in your main action. What would you like to do?
For the main action, I will. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step so I can shoot my bow.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can shoot through my ally, can I?
No, well, you could, but you'd be at disadvantage.
I don't want to do that, So so I'll just take my little step here and try and shoot the big vampire. Wait, is that spawn like a lot of health?
No. The big vampire is.
Yeah, I feel like one of them needs to go. Maybe I'll try for the spawn. Nat 20!
Ah. So he will take regular damage because he would take half from your non-magical bow.
Right.
But he'll still take all of it. So.
Shalvis being grappled, does that affect the sneak attack or no?
No. You don't have sneak attack because you don't have advantage, and there isn't somebody within 5 feet of the spawn because Steve moved him.
Oh, right, and Shalvis is just outside of range.
Yeah, Shalvis is grappled by the main vampire, Arik, and then there is this guy, so.
No sneak attack. Well, fine. I'll just take my regular. $11 damage.
Okay. All right. Anything with any more movement?
Sure.
Now you can move yourself wherever you want to go for Weeben.
I'll go back under the table and be like,
Okay. So Shalvis is grappled. Pretty much the only thing Shalvis really can do is he can make a save versus a grapple. He needs to make a DC 18 strength check to break the grapple.
Okay, well, I don't have much hope for that, but let's see how he does. He has no strength modifier, so. He rolled a 5.
All right, so Shalvis is still grappled.
Shalvis gonna die.
My favorite thing ever is killing off sidekicks and and NPCs. I love doing it. Oh, you got a dog sidekick? I'm gonna kill your dog. Yes. Scaly, what would you like to do? So when we were,
I don't believe anyone's in melee next to me again. Can I back up and charge again?
yes, you can. Who are you wanting to charge though?
Go through Shalvis. Do it.
Yeah, you can go.
It doesn't free a person. So I need to charge and then attack the vampire spawn.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll reverse the order this time and it'll make a little more sense. Then I'll roll the attack, but I'm in charge mode. So let's see if I hit him this time. Does a 14 hit?
It does not. All right.
It's actually better than my to hit otherwise, so it's a hit with spell.
You're just having a bad digital dice day.
Yes, I am. Retire the fuzzy dice, I say.
So, is there anything else that you want to do? Or can do?
Maintaining concentration on Moonbeam, I can't do any castings while I'm in Rhino form.
So, back when we were still at the shop, we were running the Unearthed Arcana rules, the early rules for sidekicks. And they're not as advanced as they are now. And back then, basically, sidekicks always started at level 1. It didn't matter what level you were. And so these kids kept going out to the machines and putting a quarter in or a token in, and they would get a card for, a sidekick. And this one kid went out and he must have got like 15 different sidekicks. And they were, every time he'd bring him in, I would purposely kill him. Like, there you go, that one's dead. And he'd be like, all right, toss that card, pull out another one. And like, it was like a running joke that, oh, well, you know, what's going to happen this game? Well, his sidekick's going to die first thing. And
I remember that. That show was funny.
it was hilarious. Smokey, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike as my bonus action, and I'm gonna grab Zinquinel, or not Zinquinel. I'm gonna grab Clitaris
Okay.
and go in here, and as my action, I'm gonna dump my potion of healing down her throat.
Okay, go ahead and roll your healing.
I actually don't know how much it is. 2d4 plus 2. Okay. Probably not a ton, but I'm not doing a whole lot with my non-magical weapons.
So, yeah, no, never mind. So Clitaris's hit point maximum is still where it was at. But these hit points will bring you up as long as they're below that new hit point maximum. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so she got 7 back from the potion.
Okay, so Clitaris has 7 hit points. But she would need a full long rest for her to get her hit point maximum back to normal.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that was effective. Clitaris is back with 7 hit points. What does Clitaris want to do with her 7 hit points?
Take a long rest.
I'm just going to lay down in one of these beds for a little while.
You guys got this.
I got the Vampus.
I'm gonna find myself a fainting couch and
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
well, I'm gonna lay on hands.
That's a good
At
idea.
least some of my points. Be a little bit more awake here. That counts as an action, and then. And then I go here and prepare to fire with my bow.
Okay.
When I.
All right. So how many hit points are you at now?
17.
No.
Out of 27.
Out of 27. I'm doing great.
I feel happy.
Yeah.
The vampire spawn needs to make a Constitution save.
Yes.
And no, the vampire spawn only got a 7. So how much moonbeam does he take?
Sorry, did you roll that at disadvantage or normal?
Well, I don't think the roll can get much worse, but we'll see. No, no, he got a 7.
Well, my correction was I don't think he's the shape changer, so he'd be at normal.
You're right. He is. It doesn't matter. He's still at 7. So.
22
Oof.
rolls.
Oof. That's smart. It burns. It burns. And he cannot regen, so vampire spawn's kind of fucked. The vampire spawn is going to round out the moonbeam, so he's not standing in it anymore. And he's going to make a claw attack on Scaly.
AC 11 is a rhino.
So 17 hits.
Yep.
for 7 points of slashing damage. You know what? He's not going to do the slashing damage. He is instead going to grapple the rhino. And he is then going to make a bite attack.
Are we going to save or grapple's triggered on successful hit?
You would get, on your turn, you would be able to make an escape attempt. 14 with the bite hits. So the rhinoceros takes 9 points of piercing damage and 5 points of necrotic damage, and the vampire spawn gains 5 points. And that 5 points comes off of the rhino's maximum.
Trying to figure out how to edit that in a rhino's customize. Here we go. Max HP -5. No. Won't allow me to do that.
Interesting.
Huh. Will not allow me to decrease the max HP, but I'll just remember I'm at 40 max.
All right.
Okay.
Zinkunal, what would you like to do?
I'm going to, I guess, sorry, my brain just short-circuited.
That happens to me every day.
I know, right? How many times can I channel divinity?
For
For a long rest, is it 2?
That is a good question. Let me see here. So what level are you?
5.
Nope, you're out. At level 6. No, wait a minute. You should be level 6.
Well, right now I'm level 5.
So yeah, you need to level up, and yeah, beginning at level 6, you can use Channel Divinity twice between rests, and beginning at 18th, you can use it 3 times.
Okay.
So you've got another Channel Divinity.
I've got another channel divinity. I guess I'll try. It's just that the DC is so low. But fuck it. I'll try turning undead one more time.
Okay. So vampire spawn. Vampire spawn fails with a 3.
Thank goodness. Okay.
So let's see here. I put that away too soon. So the vampire spawn, I think it's as a reaction. Let's see, each undead. You can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its save, it is turned for 1 minute. A turned creature must it spends its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also cannot take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. So, first of all, I need to measure. He's most certainly within 30 feet of you. So on the vampire spawn's turn, he will be running the F away. Let's see what happens with Auric.
Come on, please, please.
16.
Ugh.
So Auric is not turned, but the vampire spawn is. And I'm going to put a little thing on him. Let's see here. He is... He's going to get a little race flag.
Okay.
All right.
And then I would like to hit the vampire with spiritual weapon, and I'd really like to actually manage to do it.
To actually do it this time, yeah. All right.
Because right now it's like a spiritual pull taffy.
You have the power.
All right. Ah,
Nope.
11.
Yep. 11's not going to do it. All right.
My digital dice need to go into jail too.
Yeah. You need to put them into jail. Auric. I haven't even really been using too many of his legendary actions. I've only used one of them simply because he's doing all right. He is going to bite Shalvis. Fuck! Evidently, he chips a fang because he rolls a 1. Shalvis is no longer grappled. He goes to bite Shalvis and drops him. And so Auric is just standing there. This pisses Auric off, and so Auric is going to make a unarmed strike on Shalvis. Oh, what the shit? But gets an 11.
Shalvis shrieks with joy.
All right. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do? You see this ridiculous hilarity ensue.
It's clearly going to make him afraid, but still doesn't do
Sorry, what was that?
The little vampire spawn ran back out of the circle, didn't
He did step out of the circle.
he? No, he didn't. Back to the circle. 21.
That hits. You get back in the circle.
11 damage, and he's pulled back in the circle.
Okay.
Get back in your cage.
Is he pulled back in 5 feet or 10 feet?
10 feet.
Good.
And how much damage?
11.
Ow.
And then I will take a 5-foot step forward. So he's close to me, and since I still have my spirit shroud, his speed is reduced by 10.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that's going to cause problems for him because he wants to run as far away as he can. So you're within 5 feet of him, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I just took a 5-foot step forward.
Yep. Okay. All right. Weeben, what would you like to do?
I just want to know if Shalvis can run away, but at the same time, I want Shalvis to be taking the damage instead. So I don't know if I want Shalvis to run away.
So Shalvis could run away. He'd probably want to take the disengage action if he was going to do that.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I want Shalvis to stay here because Shalvis is a good meat. So Shalvis is going to disengage if possible. So let's try that first.
Yeah, he can disengage.
Is that... Okay. And can Shalvis run this way?
Yeah.
All right. Shalvis is going to run this way.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to be a full-on coward. He's not a full-on coward, but he's no. Get away from that thing.
Okay.
And that's all Shalvis can do.
Okay.
And Weeben, is... I did that wrong. Damn it. Can I still move Shalvis?
Yeah. You can move Shalvis up to his maximum move.
All right, I'm going to move Shalvis there instead.
Okay.
Okay, now Weeben's going to attempt to hide again. Some bitch. 15.
Nope. Vampire's not fooled.
Vampire, I'm not liking your whole inability to be fooled.
However, the vampire spawn is. The vampire spawn's like, hey, where'd the halfling go?
Sweet. I'll attack the vampire.
You
One
what?
of them needs to die. One of them needs to die, so I'll attack the vampire spawn.
Okay, go for it.
Is it at advantage or?
No. No. But sneak attack does apply because Steve's within 5 feet.
Wait, Chris, real quick.
Mhm.
Sorry, as I leveled up, I just saw. I also have Destroy Undead. So when the vampire spawn failed the saving throw, it was instantly destroyed.
Isn't that based on their challenge rating, though? Let me double check.
I don't know what that means.
So let's see here. So your life domain?
No, Twilight. Which is from Tasha's, I believe.
So yes, destroy undead. What is the challenge rating of the vampire spawn? Challenge rating is 5. So at 5th level, you can destroy CRs that are half or lower. 8th is 1 or lower. 11th is 2 or lower. So no, you wouldn't be able to destroy him. His challenge rating's too high.
Okay. I got really excited there for a minute. All right, everybody carry on.
Like skeletons and whatnot. Yeah, you just obliterate them.
Okay.
So Weeben, you want to make a shot at the spawn?
But okay, no advantage, but I do get sneak attack. Okay.
Correct.
Look. I missed. I rolled a 4, so even with the thing, it's like a 10.
Okay. All right.
Well, at least I'm still hitting from that one, right?
So at the end of Weeben's turn, Arik is going to move without provoking an attack of opportunity. Oops. Right over here, right up into Shalvis's face. And Scaly, what would you like to do?
Can I move the moonbeam to get both of them? They're kind of in half squares. I'm
Yeah.
not sure which
Yeah, you could.
squares they're in.
Yeah, it looks like the moonbeam's big enough. Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want to presume clipping a square or just making the corner or something. So
Right.
that is, let me double check moonbeam. I think that takes my action. Yes, use an action to move the moonbeam. And then I will use my move. Why is it doing that? There we go. There. Still a rhino, blocking the hallway.
Okay. All right. At the end of Scaly's turn, the vampire, Arik, makes an unarmed strike on Shalvis. .27 to hit, and grapples Shalvis again.
There will be no escape for you, Shalvis.
That's right.
You die here.
This is your end. Smokey, what would you like to do?
Let me see. I'll run over here and try and attack him with my short sword.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'll use the hunter's mark.
Yeah, he's still hunter's marked.
I got 7 altogether.
So he will take 3. You got another attack.
That's an even better roll, so that hits. And then
take 4. And you have a bonus attack with your offhand.
That's 21, is it?
Yep.
And another 8.
So another 4. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Cletaris, what would you like to do?
We just have that guy.
No, there is a vampire right. Auric the vampire's right here. He's grappled with Shalvis, and then there is the vampire spawn.
He just kind of blends in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Okay.
Oh shit, it's a vampire chameleon.
Here, I can.
Might be a disadvantage.
I'll hold on. I'm gonna tint him so that he's a little easier to see. Let's try blue. Well, green's fine. There, now he stands out a little better. Well, no, now he kind of blends in with the circle.
Always there.
Purple. Well, you can at least see him.
Still active?
Yeah, where did
Yeah,
this...
I'm just redrawing it. I was
Oh.
trying to make it a little
There we go.
less intrusive.
Oh. I can't get up to like smack him.
There we go. You could, I mean, you could go like here.
Sure, I'll do that. I'll squeeze in here and attack him with my scimitar.
Okay.
22.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. I'm going to do a second level spell smite. So I'm adding another D8.
Okay. And the additional D8, so 3D8 total because he's undead.
Yep. So 48. 10 for the sword and 11 for the smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my inspiring smite. As a bonus action, I get to distribute 2d8 plus my level in temporary hit points among myself and my allies.
Okay.
Within 15 points. Who all is injured?
I'm good.
Most everybody's okay except for Shalvis and you.
Cool. How much is Shalvis down?
Shalvis is a combination of like full on 9 because he also took 11 to his total, so he's only at 9 he can gain.
He only has 9 that he can gain?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll give him that 9 and I'll take the rest.
Mordor, we're back.
Okay. And does Cletaris have another attack?
Yes, I do. Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Alright. That's what I...
Okay. So the vampire spawn.
First make his con save 15.
Yeah, I'm moving him first because he's dashing. So first he has to make his con save, then Steve gets an attack of opportunity. So first, the con save. I don't know if he's going to survive any of this. He gets a 12 for his save.
So he fails and takes a whopping 10 points of radiant.
And he burns up into ashes and is no longer with us.
Steve pokes his ashes with his pitchfork and looks all sad because he didn't get to get him.
Zinquinol, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? I'm going to guiding bolt the vampire.
Okay.
Even though everything I'm doing has been very unlucky so far, I'm gonna do this.
I'm going to hit him, damn it.
Here we go. Let's see. At some point I'm gonna hit him.
So Carrie, you'll be glad to know. Oh, you crit.
Yes.
Double damage. You'll be glad to know that I finally finished The Expanse. I was very sad that it ended.
The show or the books?
The show.
Yeah.
I'm a little irritated that they left the whole matter of what's going on the colony as a big, huge dangling thread. But whatever.
Yeah, there's talk of they're making like a feature-length follow-up if they can find a buyer. So that did not double. It's 22 radiant.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to eat all of that.
Finally, something useful. Yay! And then while I'm at it for good measure, I'm going to bonk him on the head with my spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
Okay.
Okay. I'm out there.
That's a hit.
Nice.
For
That's
another
more.
10.
Well, that's magical damage, right?
Yep, that counts.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So it's not so many fun and games now. So
That means now he's like sparkly and has
yes.
people have advantage.
Yep, everybody will have advantage on their attacks on the vampire. He is not only hunter's marked, but he is sparkly until the end of Zinquinol's next turn.
Nice.
So he has to make a con save.
Disadvantage, yep.
Ugh, not one.
13 points on the Moonbeam base roll.
So he will take double that for 26.
And since let's see, is there a... Well, if he's not in his original form, he reverts.
He is.
Okay.
And then... He's going to bite Shalvis.
Again, not much.
23 to hit. Shalvis is going to take 7 points of piercing damage and 14 points of necrotic damage. The necrotic damage comes off of Shalvis's maximum.
Shalvis's maximum is now 2.
And then he is going to make a claw attack on Shalvis at advantage because Shalvis is grappled. .22 to hit.
I think so.
for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Down goes Shalvis. Down goes Shalvis.
And Shalvis is at 0. Hold on here.
KO.
Oh, can we bury him and make him our vampire spawn?
Well, he didn't. His hit point max. He didn't die at 0 for his maximum. So Shalvis is just down. All right, and then Arak is going to go ahead and take the. Oh wait, hold on. From sucking blood, he gets some hit points. And then he is going to go ahead and take any attacks of opportunity and run to here. So let's see here. Steve the Devil, Smokey, Clitaris get attacks of opportunity.
Remember, he loses 10 foot of movement for being next to me.
Oh, that's right.
He doesn't get to run that far.
He gets to run to there. So we'll go round. So Steve, do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
Oh, of course. That is going to be a soft 20.
Okay, that hits.
What? Ooh, max damage. 12.
Okay, so is your weapon magical?
It does count as magical because it's my bonded hex weapon.
Okay, so he takes 12. Hold on here. Let's see, Smokey, you get an attack of opportunity.
Isn't he still at advantage on attacks? He's sparkly?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you can re-roll that, see if you get a nat 20.
No.
Okay. Smokey, you get a...
One to hit.
Yeah, that hits. And you rolled that with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, altogether.
Okay, so he'll take 6. Oh, wait a minute. So, was that weapon damage plus Hunter's Mark damage?
Yeah.
So how much was just the weapon damage?
8.
Okay. So 4. And then how much was the Hunter's Mark damage?
4.
Okay.
No, wait, yeah.
Okay. All right. And Clitaris gets a attack of opportunity.
I also just remembered I should have had another d6 of damage from sneak attack the last time.
Oh, yeah. Good. You can add it. You can add 2d6 this time.
Yeah, she'll sneak up and bless you so fast.
Why does her bless always involve a finger in the ass?
21 to hit.
Yep. So first give me weapon damage.
And that's without the sneak, right?
Correct. Well, it doesn't matter because sneak attack damage is going to be halved as well. So just give me all of it and we'll have it.
So 12 total, so 6.
So 6. Okay. Okay. All right. So that was Arik's turn. Man, that was some fucking bullshit is what that was. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. I need to refresh my drink.
Same. Getting cider beer right back.
Weirdo. Okay. Jesus. All my vaping, this room's getting a little foggy. All right, so back to where we were at. It is Steve the Devil's turn. What would Steve like to do? Mr. Steve? Ow.
I clicked the thing, but it didn't seem to register. Sorry. So I'm probably going to take a little radiant. So I'm going to squeeze over into this corner over here.
There
on
you
the
go.
other side of Moonbeam.
Okay. So you step into it for the first time. Make a Constitution save.
What's the DC?
15.
Oh, I rolled a 5. Taking some damage. It's fine.
Don't worry, it's friendly fire. that makes
low, only 5 points.
It's fine.
it's okay when your friends do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I kind of voluntarily walked in there, so. And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that guy
All right.
for a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
He's gonna take 14 damage and be pulled back into the circle.
Okay.
Back in the hole.
For the record, Steve, I haven't seen somebody play quite that tactically in a long time. I'm usually the one doing those things.
Right. Yeah. This is like old school shit.
That's nice thinking.
The Eldritch Blast, I really like the push and pull for battle control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys have really taken this guy to task.
And
You got anything else, Steve?
I'm gonna finish my movement and walk over here back out of the way.
That is a good idea. Okay. Weeben, what would you like to do? I mean, so Shelvis can make a death save.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Things didn't quite go the way Arik wanted them to, so if it had gotten to his turn and he hadn't taken so much damage, his next move was going to be to coup de grace Shelvis. Literally rip out his beating heart and show it to all of you.
Finish
Oh, that would have been epic. Well, Chalvis rolls a 10.
Okay, so that's his first success.
Woohoo, Chalvis still somewhat alive. Weeben will come out from under the table
Okay.
and basically go right back onto the top of the table where he is. Who's in front of me?
Smokey.
Is Smokey large?
Medium.
Medium? Okay.
You're standing on the table, so I would imagine you probably see over Smokey.
Okay, cool. Then I will attempt a shot from here.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Is he still sparkly? Don't
All right.
Oh, that's right. He's still sparkly, so you get to make that shot with advantage.
And sneak attack.
And sneak attack.
Well, the other roll was far worse, so yeah.
All right. Well, that is a miss.
Like, lay down on the table and hide.
You could technically hide behind Smokey, so go ahead and make a stealth check.
Not 20.
Ooh. So 20 plus, what do you have? What is your total? It'd be 20 plus your stealth. Weaving.
How did I get muted? I don't even know how that happened. 29.
20. Holy shit. So you guys basically see Weeben pull some Chris Angel level shit, and he just vanishes right before your eyes. So this is more confirmation that I knew I was going to hell. There was some article about, I think it was Chris Angel, going to the hospital because his kid is actually now recovering from some form of cancer or whatnot, and it shows Chris Angel in the bed with the kid, and I'm like, wow, so that street magic didn't work. Scaly, what would you like to do?
Charging a rhino at advantage, hoping this finally works.
Okay.
So let me get to that part of the sheets. And I roll my gore, and I have advantage. Let's see. Woohoo! 23 to hit.
That hits.
So 9 points of the base gore plus the charge of 2 die 8. 9 more. And he has to make a DC 15 saving throw or be prone.
Okay.
And as a wild-shaped critter, I am counted as magical damage.
So he gets a 16 on his saving throw.
So he's not prone.
He's not prone.
18 magical damage from magic rhino.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. All right. Is that it?
That's all I got. I finally succeeded with my charging gore attack.
So at the end of Scaly's turn, he's going to make an unarmed strike on Scaly, the rhino. Ugh. But he only gets an 11.
Well, as a rhino, an 11 does hit.
So the rhino is now grappled by Auric. Sweet. Smokey, what would you like to do?
I'll sneak over here and hit him while he's grappling the rhino.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
I got 9 for the sword damage, and I'll do the hunter's mark.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it, I got a 1.
Okay. Your second attack.
Is 18 to hit.
That hits.
Another 9.
Okay.
I got offhand attack, and 23 to hit.
That hits.
And 4.
Okay.
On
Oof. Oof. This is looking rough.
that. Cool.
So, at the end of Smokey's turn, Auric is going to make a bite attack on Scaly. (23) to hit. The rhino will take 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And 9 points of necrotic damage, and Auric gets 9, and that 9 points comes off the hit point maximum, and Auric gets 9 back, which isn't as impressive as it once was. You know, inflation. Clitoris, what would you like to do?
Is it possible to go around the moonbeam and
Oh yeah.
there-ish to them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can step around the flashlight and shiv him.
16?
16 just hits.
That's
Oh, and you get advantage, so you can roll that again.
much more, but not a nat 20.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage.
And let's throw a smite on here, because smiting is good. 15 for the regular sword and sneak.
Ooh, okay.
And 15 for the smite.
All right, so Clitoris brings her sword down, and Arik transforms into a cloud of mist. And you see the mist waft down the hall toward and go down these stairs back here.
Bastard.
Typical vampire bullshit. You guys were in
Does
Chris's.
moving prevent? He can't
I
assume.
have control water. Can I bring him back?
Wait a minute. So, what are you saying, Skelly?
He can't assume a new form until he leaves the movie.
It's not a conscious effort. Vampires, when they drop to zero, turn into mist and do not fall unconscious. They just instantly transform and. Well, now wait a minute. Instead of falling unconscious,
So
provided that it
I
isn't
have
in
control
sunlight or
water
running
as a
water. No, if it cannot transform, it is destroyed. He is destroyed. Outright.
Yay, team.
So, yeah, you see Clitoris bring her sword down. He starts to try to turn and just turns to ash and falls to the floor.
Ooh. 18.
Okay. So, the question is, what to do about Shalvis?
Say a few nice words.
Charles made promises he couldn't back up.
Did he fill all of his death saves?
No, he's got 2 saves that he can make left. I'm just wondering if you guys want to do anything to help him out. Or are you just going to let him sit there and bleed out?
I'll revert to normal form and can cast some cures. Anybody else got some can help as well, but I'll revert to druidy shape.
Well, he can only get 2 points, right?
Until a long rest.
Yeah, until you guys take a long rest.
You.
Yeah. Well, if it's only 2 points, then I'll just do the lay on hands.
I'll pull a Marty McFly on him and be like, I know CPR, and start rifling through his pockets.
I know. I think all or many of us have some.
I'm mad at Sheldon for making promises he couldn't keep.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
He could have warned us a little. I mean, Jesus.
Well, Shalvis didn't really expect this either. And he certainly didn't know about Arik. And anybody who wants, I mean, it's pretty obvious Arik is probably the Womford Bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could brag about killing it, probably.
Yeah.
Bring the ashes.
So you basically save Shalvis's life, and Shalvis is extremely thankful to you guys, and he suggests, as a group, you go down and tell the innkeeper that, and he's like just spitballing here, but you go down and tell the innkeeper that Nalisker Thalen is dead, the Womford Bat is dead, and that Shalvis is taking over operations here.
You know what? I'm okay with that, provided that Shalvis can provide us with some loot or gear or something out of it, because I'm still wearing damaged leather armor from that cave.
Most definitely,
Yeah,
he can do that.
He can run it as a front. I don't think he should be in charge. I mean, it seems like Weaven should be in charge, and then Shalvis could be his dumb front
He runs it in
man.
my stead, yeah.
But
He'll be a life jet, he runs it in my stead, yeah.
everything should go back to either the group or Weaven, because he's just the face of it.
Like, you're my sidekick.
He's
Right.
the assistant to the regional manager.
Yes, right. The assistant to the assistant regional manager.
You're Jerome.
Is that what you want to suggest to him? Or is that just what you want to go down and tell the innkeeper?
No, we're going to say that to him, and the innkeeper can be told that he's in charge, but he knows that I'm the one he owes his debt to.
Okay.
Nintendo.
So, Weeben, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Well, damn. Neither of those were great. But... look, not persuasion. 14?
Okay. So, the innkeeper, like, kind of puts his hands up and is like, yeah, whatever you say, boss. And the innkeeper wants you to know he had no idea that this was that Nalisker had any plan to feed you to Auric, and he apologizes about lying about the Womford Bat. He knew everybody basically in the Bargewright knew about Auric, and so he apologizes profusely. And he completely agrees with your current assessment of the situation. So, my question is, have you written down any renown for your current standing with the Zentrum?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so then I will take that as a no.
What is renown?
So renown is what your current standing is with any particular organization or faction. And in this case, it would be the Zentrum.
See, Shabbos was supposed to get us into the Zentrum and make us like good with them.
Right.
Part of the deal of us coming here was you supposed to help with that.
Right. So let's see here.
So the whole idea is he moves up in rank, and whatever rank he moves up in, I'm right there with him. He's gonna make sure I'm right there with him. And then while it looks like he's pulling me up with him, really, it's the other way around. I'm pulling him up with me by doing it that way.
So you can put down on your character sheet as a note under on regular character sheet, there's organizations. I don't know if there is such a place. I haven't looked on the Roll20 sheet. Yeah. You could put down that you have renown 3 and you have the rank of wolf.
Renown 3, rank wolf.
This essentially means, all you need to do is get the tattoo to prove it. You are a made guy. You're no longer a wise guy. You're a made man. Yeah, you can expect a care package with a flying snake and a tattoo kit, a stencil for your bit. Now Nalisker had +1. Hold on here, and I will tell you exactly what this is. This can be your replacement armor, since yours was damaged by the pudding. Nalisker was wearing +1 studded leather armor, which has an armor class of 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
Yay!
So actually, it's 13 plus your dexterity modifier because it's +1.
Right. All right. So +1 leather armor. Let's go ahead and put that on right now. Sorry, you said +1 studded, right?
+1 studded.
Appreciate that.
he was
I'm
also
assuming somebody in town's gonna like rework it so that it fits me.
yeah. There's somebody here who can work it and get it to fit you. He was also carrying a +1 mace, which is a simple. It's a simple weapon. It is 1d6 +1 base damage, and it counts as magical.
I suppose that's there.
I think we're good.
All right, I guess I get it. +1 mix.
And in Nalisker's private suite, you see that there is a cage with 2 flying snakes in it. You can take one of them if you'd like. Flying snakes are used for, the Zentrum use them to send messages. Other than that, they have like 1 hit point, so they're not... I suppose they could give you the help action, but, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to kill one of them.
Flying snake, woo!
And there's probably stats for flying snake in the compendium on Roll20. I haven't looked, but I would imagine. I mean, Jeff has basically hooked us up with damn near everything. So probably if you search the compendium by clicking on the little eye. Well, let me see here.
Little eye.
Yep, here's stats for a flying snake. Let's see here. Oh, I was wrong. It has 5 hit points.
Woohoo!
But yeah, there is a picture of a flying snake, and
Its main purpose is to relay information and maybe do some recon for me.
more or less, yeah. Brightly colored winged serpent. Its bite does 1 piercing damage plus 3d4 poison damage. That's all it basically says about that.
What was that again on the bite?
1 piercing damage plus 3d4 poison damage. It has a +6 to hit. Hold on. How do I put this in the chat window?
I use the display in VTT, but it doesn't post its stat block anymore. You can click the link and it will take you out, but that I think is dependent on subscription to D&D Beyond.
Weird.
I'm sure I can look it up, right?
Oh, yeah. D&D Beyond. Monster Manual.
Oh, I'm looking at it on Roll20.
That's it here. +6 to hit, reach 5 feet. 1 piercing damage plus 3d4 poison, AC 14, etc., etc., etc.
Right. That's it.
Yeah, it's in the Roll20 compendium as well.
Yeah, that's straight. You used to be able to, in the compendium, you used to be able to just dump it to the chat log, but yeah, no, it's here. Snake doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach. That's good. Has blind sight to 10 feet. So yeah, you have one of those snakes that will travel along with you.
Sweet, and because it has blind sight, it can do all the recon for me.
Right. Nice thing about blind sight is that even in magical darkness, he can still see 10 feet.
Yay! And it can swim. Sweet.
Yeah. Fly, swim.
I can fly and swim. Amazing.
Okay, so.
I got a cool thing.
So, out of this, you can also put into the party kitty. There is a chest in Nalisker's suite. With 150 gold pieces.
Just to confirm, I'm still doing Party Kitty, right?
Guess so.
So an extra 150
Yep.
gold.
60 platinum. $210 silver. And 270 copper. And in addition to what I gave Weeben.
Oh, looking at the Party Kitty, we haven't really messed with it in a while. We have a set of thieves tools for you if you need them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a full set of thieves tools. Go ahead and take those. That was from a couple games ago.
So I don't know if I actually started with these tools.
Well, no, you have a set.
Sweet.
And then, I don't remember for who, but somebody, we saved a wind fan that does gust once a day.
Yeah, it's a little folding fan that that'll cast gust of wind.
Anybody interested in a once a day gust?
No one else is interested. I like casting items. Does it require attunement?
No, it's basic.
Cool.
Save 13.
Unless someone wants it, I'll hold it until I also have the Staff of Healing for backup times.
By all means. So, like I said, once per day, no attunement, and DC 13.
Okay, got it.
The deck save.
So I can cast Gusty Wind from my flying broom.
Yes. You can get that extra speed boost.
Yes.
Also, you guys get 2 rolls on table C. So who wants to roll D100?
I'll do it.
Okay.
It went well for me last time.
I would like to as well, although I'm not quite sure how I do that with my physical dice. Is that one of the ones that's multiples of 10?
Yep.
10-sided with 10s?
Yeah, it's a 10-sided and the other 10-sided with 2 numbers on it.
Okay, I'll be right there.
I got 59.
59. You pull out a potion of invulnerability. And hold on a second, I will give specifics on that. Which, I mean, it sounds obvious, but that's rarely the case.
All right, here we go. Come on, Moonblade. 43.
Okay, hold on to that number for just a second. Potion of invulnerability is very rare. The potion's container looks empty, but feels as though it holds liquid. When you drink it, you become... Oh, sorry, that was invisibility. For 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage. The potion's syrupy liquid looks like liquefied iron. So it gives you resistance to everything for 1 hour.
Cool.
43. Ew, this is a good one. You get a potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Cool.
So for 1 hour, drinking this potion for 1 hour makes your strength 23. Potion's transparent liquid has floating in it a sliver of a fingernail from a giant of the appropriate type.
Ew.
Yeah, gross.
It's like tequila with the little worm at the bottom.
You also find a small pouch that is Heward's Handy Spice Pouch. It is a belt pouch that appears empty and has 10 charges. While holding the pouch, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, speak the name of any non-magical food seasoning, such as salt, pepper, saffron, or cilantro, and remove a pinch of desired seasoning from the pouch. A pinch is enough to season a single meal. The pouch regains 1d6 plus 4 charges daily at dawn.
So basically, I find out if my enemy is one of those cilantro with soap guys.
Right.
And then throw cilantro in his face as part of my attack.
Eat this, you bastard.
Taste soap.
Are you guys?
I'll clean your mouth out.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to, this is a perfect location to fence anything that is in the kitty that you don't want to keep.
Are you guys keeping your potions that you just got, or am I adding that to the pool?
I think I'll keep my potion.
I would like to keep mine as well.
No problem to me. Wait, make sure you do the right stuff.
I can share the spice so that there's enough charges that everybody can add salt to their food if we're someplace where the food is garbage.
Well, I'm thinking take a pinch of like habanero powder and like float in somebody's eyes.
Good call. So that the spicy sack can go into the party food.
Spicy sack.
Is rice considered a seasoning? We'd like some rice in every day to put on our daggers.
So yeah, like I said, the Bargewright is a great place to fence stuff. If there's stuff in the kitty that you don't care to keep, you can sell it here.
We actually haven't really picked up a lot of loot along the way. We don't have a lot.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot so far. That's going to start to change.
Right now we got a trinket for 75, salt and pepper shakers to go with our spice sack apparently. 25, a holy symbol for 25, and some random gold in the spice sack. So I mean, we could dump this real quick, but yeah, we don't have a lot.
You could, if you wanted to, you can take the time to divvy up the cash reward.
Yeah, we could just dump everything, start fresh.
Monetize it.
Yeah, basically.
So what all do you have that you would want to sell?
So a trinket, shakers, and a holy symbol.
Those you would be able to get the salt and pepper shakers were a pair, correct?
Yeah, for 25 total.
Yeah. So yeah, you could turn those into gold if you'd like.
Okay.
I have a feeling that spice thing will come in really handy to trade for somebody later on. I don't know why. I just feel like somebody's going to really want that unique spice thing. It's so unique in what it can do.
Yeah.
That's just my weird.
It's very specific. Yeah.
I will write it off to the side, so we'll keep it in the kitty for now. As a special item, I'll monetize the little bit that we have. Got my calculator. Where's my phone? That's easy. 10 platinum for everybody.
Cool.
Here's my first one.
And then is that also dividing up all the cash that was?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay.
That was just the platinum. Let's see. 48 gold for each person.
Alrighty.
Let's see. 44 silver.
It's so funny the difference between, you know, economic money sinks in D&D versus Traveler. It's like in D&D it's like, oh, the only money sink is really, you know, staying at an inn, and that's, you know, 5 gold here, 20 gold there. Or maybe if we decide to get something made, you know, something special, that could cost a little bit, but it's not a lot. So you guys are generally going to be running around with a pile of gold. In Traveler, you're like, oh shit, we've got like a ton of money. Oh wait, there's a monthly maintenance charge for our ship that's like 30,000 credits. That's not cheap.
And 60 copper per person.
60 pennies for your thoughts.
Yep.
So,
Did you say anything about silver?
You what?
Did you say anything about silver or no?
44.
Yeah, 44.
Thank you.
Yeah, we gotta start moving bodies more. Start robbing houses.
where did...
This guy's dead. He won't need his gravy boat. Get $10 for that wheel of cheese.
I think the owner of the inn should pay some kind of tribute out the gate right now. Or at least a free beer flask.
So I'm gonna assume while we're in town, we're gonna do a rest also.
Oh yeah, you guys complete a long rest and get all your hit points and spell slots back. And then if I remember correctly, you were going to travel from Bargewright Inn to Amphail and then down to Waterdeep, and then from Waterdeep to Daggerford, kind of hitting all the spots along the way. You're basically knocking out like 5 quests in one circle. So next week we will pick up with your journey to Amphail, and which was, let's see, whose quest was that?
I have one in Amphail, but I think somebody else does too.
Yeah, yours, you were, let's see. You were
doing Miros.
Miros, yes. Miros Zelbrun in Amphail. So we will pick up with you guys doing Miros's quest in Amphail next week at 12 o'clock on Saturday for the continuation of Storm King's Thunder.
Well done, team.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Excellent game. I will see you guys next week.
Take care.
Thank you.